All right, so that was you, and you were unhappy in this picture because you were literally walking through
Cloud,
moisture,
yeah. I was
walking through
deep
cloud.
inside of a cloud and it was raining, but rather like unfortunately, right? Like it was intensifying over time. Tech
Mm,
Viking, something like that. This picture is on top of Scafell Pike, the tallest mountain in England.
mm.
Um, so yeah, this is on top of the tallest mountain in England, and at the time, because of there was nobody else there, so I was the highest person in England, other than people in planes.
And Zuckerberg
And I
was there.
was
True.
Zuckerberg was there, yeah. The yeah, I look pretty miserable, and I was pretty upset about the whole situation because I understood that I need to get the fuck down this mountain real quick before I die.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that I was like my sun hoodie was pretty soaked, and I didn't put on my rain jacket before getting on there, and it was raining, and it was not good.
Still only 20 meters above sea level, sister. Uh, also, what? It looks like you have a camera strapped to you.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that?
I've recorded like all of this journey as well. I have a 360 camera mounted on my chest, but it was only capturing like a 180-degree wide angle
Mm-hmm.
in HDR. So I was
Mm.
only using one of the lenses, but I have a 360 camera on my chest,
Yeah,
and I
for
was using it to film stuff.
yeah, McGurk is recalling that you got into Discord says and said, "Hey guys, I might die. I'm
That is
soaking wet."
sucking wet.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
came
this
into
guy
my
will die.
chat and said the same
Yeah,
thing. He's like,
yeah.
"Hey guys, I might die." And we're like, "Wait, what? Do we need to send rescue?" Like,
At least I have fast internet. But no, I managed to make shelter and rescue myself pretty quickly.
mm,
That was pretty fun. That was pretty exciting, I would say.
nice. Okay.
Didn't die.
All right, and then let's do this. So this is I'm gonna copy this link, then I have to go to here, paste the link and go. I go back
If you
to
can chat, you can call
OBS.
911. Yeah.
OBS gets mad that I keep tabbing around. There goes. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's all my gear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Walk us through this gear. So
okay. Um.
I see first
Uh,
aid kit. I think I see your little grill. It's that little
yeah,
silver can.
I don't know where to start exactly.
I guess
Um.
let's start top left to right.
Top left is here. So here's all of my. Here's all of like clothes, a hat, shamag, my sun hoodie. I've got a Arc'teryx sleeve. What do you call this? Balaclava, which you can't buy. That's not a thing you can buy as a civilian. You can only buy it if you're like in the army or special forces or whatever. But I found
Okay.
a way to buy it as a civilian, which I was really giddy about. Um, Down there's some gorilla tape. It's really hard to like figure out where I'm pointing.
Such that's illegal in the UK. Well, you could just talk about all
Um,
the equipment that you have to pack
it's
for a trip like that.
okay. So most of it will be like on the right side, shelter system, my tent, my sleeping bag, um, my it's hard to figure out exactly what to talk about. There's a lot of stuff. There's uh, it's a okay. You have to live somewhere. Okay, you need a tent. Okay, you need a mattress. You need a big old sleeping bag that you're going to be comfy in when it's super 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 cold, so you need like a down quilt. um I'm thinking of like what's the most interesting piece of equipment that I had to bring for this. I brought an ice axe with me. That's probably like the most unique piece of equipment for this trip because I've never had to have an ice axe, and I thought that I might very well need one for this because of some of the slopes. and the scree, which is kind of like a type of rock that was at some of the ascents. I wanted a measure of safety, and an ice axe is used for self-arrest. So if you're like going down a slope of a mountain, it might be easy to think to, oh, I'm just gonna grab onto some like branch or something that magically appears out of nowhere. Well, there isn't always a branch. And if you're on snow, for example, there's nothing, right? You're just sliding down a mountain to your death. So you need to do something called self-arrest, and that's what ice axes are actually for. So you do like a special maneuver, you dig the thing into the ground, and that stops you from falling off a mountain. It also is pretty useful tool to help you climb. So that's like the red thing right in the middle. That's not very visible.
It's okay.
I'm not very good at describing all of this. Yes, there's a Swiss Army knife there. Pretty useless, to be honest. I didn't need to use a knife for anything even once out there.
Also, Smokescreen's offering to backfill you. He says he can get you a box of 100 balaclavas.
Oh, I have a lot of different balaclavas. The balaclava that I'm talking about specifically is the Arc'teryx leaf balaclava, which is fireproof, and it's used by special forces around the world. So it's not just a regular balaclava, it's fire retardant and like very made out of special materials, and you can only buy it with a military ID.
You can't even get a good knife in the UK anymore, according to Smokescreen?
You can get good knives in UK. I have a lot of good knives, but I didn't need any good knives for this trip. We got a compass, map, notebook, little survival kit I made that I always had in my pocket, so even if I lost my pack or wherever, I would be able to at least like shelter to some degree. Camera gear, little shit kit with a towel and toilet paper and hand sanitizer, towel. What else is there? I overpacked a little bit with some stuff. My base pack weight without water but with food was 12 kilos, which is I think 26 pounds.
Okay, that's significant.
That's very lightweight for like over 4 days of hiking in the mountains in difficult terrain. Yeah, 26 pounds without water, with all the food and everything. What else is there? Yeah, first aid kit, that's very important. I brought an Israeli bandage with me just in case I get impaled on something. Something important that I could talk about the things that I didn't take that I should have taken.
Okay.
I should have taken some kind of like like the electronic hand warmers that I talked about that I got after the trip, because I realized how invaluable something that can warm me up externally would be. I should have brought a splint. I can improvise a splint, and I could have improvised the splint out there using my trekking poles, but having like a dedicated splint is a good idea. If you like break a leg on top of a mountain, it would be pretty difficult to like get down to get help if you can't splint your broken limb. Yeah, that's like two things that I should have taken, but I didn't. But yeah, other than that, my pretty good kit that I've got there. It will serve me for many years, and a lot of items there were very useful. Some of the items out there that are not very useful, I don't know if I can point it out there. Somewhere here, I think.
Sorry.
Somewhere in this vicinity, I don't know. Out
OBS
there.
gets mad every time I touch something.
There's I brought a ghillie suit with me and a lot of camouflage netting, because I thought I might have to camouflage my tent if I set it up in some precarious location where I like don't want to be seen, for example. But I didn't have to use it, even though at one point I had to. Well, the emergency setup that I had to do after descending the mountain, or when I was starting to descend the mountain. That was the closest I got to setting up like a tent close to the trail, which I don't like doing. I don't like setting up close to the trail. But I like going stealth. I could legitimately just disappear off the grid into middle of nowhere at a moment's notice, pretty much.
Yep. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when all that is packed up, it is this big. Literally fits in your pack.
Yeah, all of this fits in my pack. Well, the trail mix didn't, on my... I guess my phone is in my pocket, and the camera is on my neck, but all of this fits into my Talon 33. It's a 33-liter backpack, so it's not like a really huge hiking backpack that you might see sometimes people wear. But this is for arguably 5 days worth of stuff in the middle of nowhere. You got a license for that bag? I do. Solid snake box mode? I can do that. I can vanish into the wilderness with this pack. Never be seen again.
Oh, Smokescreen made a comment earlier. Can you get a machete in the UK?
Yeah, you can. You can get machetes and stuff in UK. If you have like a valid reason for carrying something like this, you actually can. If you're doing like bushwhacking in your own garden, but if you're walking around it on the street, or if you're just walking around holding a machete on a hiking trail, that's not good. Also, you probably don't need a machete or a saw or even a knife or anything in a national park, because you should not be cutting anything down in a national park. I only use a 50-liter 3-day assault pack. Yeah, so Smokescreen is probably like carrying a heavy military rucksack, and he probably has it like somewhat okay packed. I am going on lightweight, high speed stealth mode. With a much smaller pack.
And then you were able to see gorgeous waterfalls like this while you were out there?
Yes, I've seen many waterfalls. I'm thinking like, wait, is my capture like heavily delayed or something, or is Discord like heavily delayed?
I don't know if it's your capture or Discord. I don't know which one is introducing the frame rate delay, but one of them is.
I think it might be Discord on your end. Let me. Can I see if I can turn off camera?
I'll hide Discord for a moment.
Okay, how's this? Is this better?
Oh yeah, that's better. I don't know what you did, but that fixed it.
Okay, I was really low frame rate probably for a while, but seem to be. Okay, so yeah, I saw like a lot of waterfalls throughout this whole journey. Maybe like 100 or so different waterfalls. So
really,
this is just another waterfall.
I'm just like, oh, another one of the
just another
many.
waterfall. I stopped taking pictures of waterfalls at one point. It's like, okay, another one. It's like DJ Khaled.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's another one along with the stream. Alright, hold on. Discord's gonna get mad again that I'm tabbing around, so I gotta tab back into your Discord. There we go. I heard not to go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, this is the top of that hill. Just another part of the river. This is from... I'm trying to remember the name of the town, but this is like beginning of the day one. Beginning journey. Ban took effect. Zombies, style knives, and machetes ban comes into effect. That's been... I thought that was banned for a while.
That was...
yeah, it's like zombie killing weapons have always been banned pretty much.
That was a
if you have
TLC.
like anything that looks aggressively or like looks like it's supposed to be for killing people or zombies, it's probably not allowed. But you can carry you can use a normal machete and buy them. Just not the zombie like mole ninja stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it's little
TLC
tree.
and don't go chasing waterfalls. Does that mean something to you?
Um, I don't know. I've never heard that expression before. They made a song called "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls."
Oh,
Waterfalls can be dangerous, I suppose, but
I got you.
um,
Okay, yes. Gato fails again. Gato fails again at his musical knowledge.
I don't know this one, so
Okay, now I don't feel so bad. Okay. Okay. All right, and then you saw lots of lakes. In fact, here's a
yes, plenty
picture
of
of a lake.
lakes.
Here's a picture of a lake you saw. And then I gotta tab over to here, and then I gotta tab back into Discord because the capture gets angry. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, did you see many people while hiking? Or you were just
No,
nobody?
because the areas I was hiking in were like pretty deep into the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and I was entering at the time when like all of the day walkers have already like finished walking their dogs or whatever, and I was going past where most normal people
Turn around.
would go for like a normal hike. Yeah. So
Mm.
like most people would go up to this lake here for the hike, and people who are fucking insane will keep going deep into the mountains
Like you.
after the sunset or wherever. You know,
Where it
sounds
gets
like vampire country. Daywalkers, oh yeah. Like hikers who are there for like a few hours during the day, like come in at 11, go for like a 2 hour walk and leave. I was there to live there 4 days, so I kept going. But it's a cool, pretty lake. I forgot what this one was called. I should have written down the names of all the lakes for this interview. I can just open another tab maybe and try to bring up what are they called.
It's okay. Let me get another picture. Yeah, we're starting to see. We're gonna start to see the progression into higher elevations. There we go, and then I need.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of the trail, so I was just like gaining elevation at the beginning initially.
That's gorgeous. Is that like a village, like way out in the background of the picture, or is?
No, the lake you see in the middle, like there. That lake is the lake you've seen on the pictures below, so that's where it came from. That's where most people like go to and then leave and come back. And I went all the way up here, where like most people don't go. And I haven't seen any people since I left that lake, so like just to give you an idea. Like I haven't seen a soul up there where I went. I'm gonna try to find the name of the lake. This is the Eastdale Tarn. That's the name. Almost forgot. That's the Eastdale Tarn. If you go on Google Earth, if anyone out there is in front of a computer, you can go look up Lake District, and exactly where it says Lake District on Google Maps, that's where Eastdale Tarn is.
Okay.
And this is higher up at higher elevation. I think this was this was not Pavey Arc. This was near Tunkar Knot. I made like there is a bunch of things that happen in between this photo and the previous photo. But it was all inside of a cloud in a marsh. I was literally just going through a marsh to top of a different mountain that was like inside of a cloud. So it wasn't like very interesting for photo opportunities. It was just like a lot of walking through really difficult terrain, through really like marshy bog.
Did you have cold, wet, or soaked feet, or were you getting soaked
most
at this point?
most of the trek there, I was like my feet were completely soaked.
Wait, how do you dry your boots? Or do you
You
just
don't.
you don't?
Everything is just wet all the time.
I just wet. You just okay. So in the morning you just put them into soggy wet boots. That sucks.
To some extent, I'm wearing. I was actually wearing barefoot shoes throughout all of this trek.
Really?
So like, like zero drop shoes, like really thin, like 1 millimeter thick shoes.
Mm.
So I was wearing like a trail running zero drop shoes, and they like empty out of water pretty quickly, and they dry very quickly as well. And I was wearing bamboo socks, which also dry pretty quickly. But even with all of that, everything is still soaked constantly, so it takes a while to dry out. But yeah, you can see far in the distance out there is Windermere Lake and the town, the city of Windermere, way out there.
Thanks.
But you can't really see because it's in a cloud. That's the best picture I managed to get because all of this was like cloud cover most of the time.
Okay.
It was gorgeous, but it was really high up as well.
Really. Actually, I think you can. I don't know if you can see the village in this one.
Just on the lake near you, up above it, you can see sort of faintly that there's a town there, but maybe not really. It's so far away. Everything is so far. That's like the biggest nearest town. Pretty far away.
Wait, so did you hiked up there, but did you drive somewhere or did you hop a train somewhere to start the
No,
journey?
I actually started there where that lake is.
Mm-hmm.
I took a train to Windermere. And then I took a bus to get me a little bit closer to the start of the trail towards the Eastdale Tarn. And I started there towards Eastdale Tarn and then up into the mountains, starting to gain elevation.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So this is you're that high up, and then this is I think this is where you started to settle on base camp, maybe?
Yeah.
Or no, you're still going.
I climbed around some stuff around some place around that area, and then I started descending to through this valley into the other side of this this like smaller section of the chain. And yeah, I found this valley. There was like a big rain cloud coming through it, but it wasn't raining on me. It was just like walking through a very moist cloud. Like you could gather moisture just by moving your hand through the air.
Wow.
So I had to just like drop down into this valley and then dip back up to find a place where I wanted to set up my camp.
Okay. And then what's going on in this picture? And then I gotta tab over to Discord again because it gets angry. Oh, I think I can see some farms.
Yeah. There's the little buildings down below where the grasslands are. These are farms in the Macleodin Valley, and I'm on top of this is on top of the mountain where I decided to settle for my night hunt camp, and that's Loft Crag. So I'm actually like really high up in this picture. I think the camera makes it look like these farms are a little bit closer than they are, and this is one of the best pictures that I could take from like what the view up there was like at that evening. So I didn't actually see exactly like where I was placing my camp and like what the views are going to be like. This is like one of the best views I got. It's like, you know what? I want like a camp with like a nice view when I wake up, but I didn't know what I was in for. So it was a little bit surprising when I woke up in the morning.
All right, and then I think this is you taking a picture of your pack. This is where you're setting up for the night.
Yeah, I like. So what I like doing is whenever I make a camp, find a spot and I place down my pack for like scale. I take a picture from the same angle before I set up my tent, after I set up, and then the next day I try to from the same angle take a picture of where my tent was, so I can see if I left any trace, if I left anything, if like I disturbed any ground or moved any rocks or anything like that. I really live by the leave no trace. I don't want to leave any rubbish or mess up anything out there. So yeah, this is I settled for this spot for my tent.
Gotcha. Okay, and I think this is
the peak of the mountain is like just on the top right there as well. So this is like right next to the peak of the mountain.
Yeah,
just a few feet away from it.
And this
is like a little bit inside my tent.
This is the inside the tent experience.
Yeah.
Is this the?
I got some lights, like string lights on a cord. Got my ice axe inside there. I was getting comfy and cozy.
Was this?
I had fast internet there as well, which is good.
Was this the night you almost died, or was that?
No. This is the first night.
This
was
day
like
one.
Super cozy, chill night of just resting before like the serious climbing and stuff begins.
Oh, okay. And then
I had fast internet. It was nice. It was comfy, cozy camp on top of a mountain, on top of Loft Crag.
Alright, then this is the start of day 2, you said. I gotta go back to OBS and back to you. So this is you looking out from your tent in the morning.
Yeah, this is like, oh, I woke up and I realized, oh, I put my tent with a view like this. Like, oh, I didn't see this in the evening. Okay.
Nice.
So that was like a nice thing to wake up to. Like I walk out of my tent and I immediately see this. Like, oh, that's cool.
Gorgeous view.
Yeah, awesome. Very, very beautiful view. At the time, I was actually getting internet from Windermere, which is that city next to that lake you're looking at now in the middle.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that lake out there, there's a city above it. That's where I started. That's where I was getting high-speed internet from. So
that's impressive. Cool. That's impressive.
And so then, as soon as I woke up, I knew that it's time. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Time to get moving because I've got a lot of walking and climbing on that day.
I gotcha.
This day was very, very busy.
Okay, and this is part of your down. You have to go down and then up again?
I wasn't going down. I was actually trying to maintain altitude. That was like the goal of day 2 was to keep as much elevation as I can, and I planned my trail around that. So this is just looking in between like two. I think this is called like a fell. I forgot like all the special mountain English terms for all of these formations, but this is like in between edges of two mountains on the same mountain chain. It's just a nice view I saw.
Oh, nice.
I think the mountain way ahead there is, I'm trying to find the name. I think it's Baufell on the right, in the far right there. I want to say, is it? Yeah, it's Baufell. Baufell is out there. So that's a mountain that I want to climb next time I go in the spring, next spring. In next spring, I will be on the mountain chain out there on the opposite side there.
Mild valley. If there was some snow there, that would be nice for snowboarding. Would it? Or was it too rocky? What would you say?
This area was way too rocky for snowboarding. Nobody goes snowboarding there. There's much nicer areas for snowboarding in this park.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, next photo, which again my OBS gets angry, and then I gotta tab over back to Discord. Okay, this is you heading towards a peak for night 2?
No, this is still like beginning of the trek of day 2.
Okay.
Yeah, day two was a lot of walking and a ton of climbing, so this is still just the beginning.
Did you see wildlife? Did you see like birds? Or?
A lot of birds. Yeah, I saw a lot of birds on top of mountains. A lot of little mountain critters. A ton of sheep. the main wildlife that you see everywhere there is sheep. You just see a ton of sheep everywhere.
Even in the mountains?
On the tallest mountains. I was like, oh, we're at like the height where no fucking sheep will go up there, and I see like 7 sheep staring at me as soon as I turn the corner, like way above me. I was like, oh, okay. They do come here.
They're that free range?
They're very free range. They're everywhere out there. I didn't see any foxes, and there's no wolves. They have been killed. There's no dangerous animals out there. There are sheep everywhere in the UK, true, and there are sheep everywhere in the mountains as well. So
that's incredible.
Sheep everywhere, just an insane amount of sheep. Like I've seen thousands of sheep throughout those 4 days. Honestly.
And their mountains aren't tall enough for them to be an issue. Interesting.
But yeah, this was just me continuing the journey on day 2.
Nice.
And taking a few snaps on the way.
That's cool. And then let's do this one. And then okay, then I gotta paste it. I gotta tab back over to Discord and OBS.
Yeah, this is just continuing. This is I think I took this close to Rose Knot.
Happens all the time, Smoke screen for no reason.
That was right next to Angle Tarn. I was coming up on Angle Tarn, which was like a big turning direction point in my little trip. So I just thought I will like appreciate a little bit of the view from here. And on the left, right where my hands are somewhere here, I think, is Sickle Pike on the left, and on a little bit further on the right is where my camp was.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, little so Pike, Sickle, and Loft Crag is the 2 little mountain peaks there. So that's where I started on that day. So I covered quite a lot of distance over this chain in a pretty short amount of time with a pack, which is nice.
Okay. And then the clouds started rolling out. I think. Yeah, I think that's in this picture. Which then again, I gotta tap over to you. There we go. It looks like then the clouds started to roll in, and you start
was
swimming.
that immediately after? That was like a big skip. Did I not? I might have not sent you any pictures in between those 2, but
no, you have. I've been jumping around.
Oh. But yeah, after Angle Tarn and after getting lost like 3 times, after taking a few wrong turns and a few right turns, after climbing one mountain by accident.
Wait, you got lost out there?
Oh yeah, a few times, yeah. I think it's pretty normal. You just don't want to get too lost. You don't want to get like critically lost.
That's a little
I
scary.
accidentally climbed Esk Pike because I took the wrong turn. I was trying to get to Great End, so I climbed a completely different mountain by accident.
Yikes.
That was cool.
Man, you've got your body's fit to be able to climb a mountain and be like, oh, this is the wrong one. Gonna turn down or turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does happen. This, I believe, this was like, this was the best picture I could take of Scaffold Pike from, what is this crag called? There's Scaffold Pike. So, on the opposite side of Scaffold Pike, there's like a different mountain that I'm on top of. And I didn't realize, I was doing like a little bit of a, risk assessment of all of these climbs. And I was trying to figure out like, where most challenging parts are going to be, etc. But I didn't see this at all. I completely missed that in all of my preparation. But there's this valley and this steep climb in between these two mountains up to Scaffold Pike, and I was like completely dumbfounded by it. And this is where I was getting like pelted by the weather, and the daylight was starting to run out, and nobody was there because everyone is sane enough to leave. And the sunset was coming, temperatures were lowering, the rain was intensifying. This is where things started getting really tricky. And I realized I have this like rough climb up this steep incline in front of me. It's like I wasn't even sure if I was going the right way because I couldn't get GPS signal there. So I was like, oh, okay, looks like we're doing this. It was pretty cool.
I gotcha.
Pretty cool. But I did it.
That's good.
And after that, I took that picture with the beard and me being rather upset.
Alright, and I think this is another picture of your setup. Oh, I gotta tap back over to Discord. There we go.
I think, yeah, this is a morning after I climbed Scaffold Pike and started descending it and then took shelter. This is like morning after, and it was miserable. It was raining all morning. I was inside of like this thick, heavy rain cloud that was underneath another rain cloud, and it was just pummeling down on my tent. That I set up at an like an angle as well. It was like the only place I could set it up, but it still wasn't very good. But I managed to get cozy. I managed to warm myself up. I managed to make some food and stuff, and I had high-speed internet there. So I was stalling a little bit to wait for the weather to improve just a little bit so that I can wash the dishes and pack up and get the hell out of this mountain.
It almost killed you.
Yeah, this was my little camp on top of the tallest mountain in England.
There you
It
go.
was pretty good.
Actually, I think you have an external picture as well. So let me get that external picture. So the picture from inside makes it look pretty big, but then the picture from the outside makes it look pretty modest. A little tent set up.
Yeah. This is just a little one-person tent, and you can see it's at an awkward angle. That's when I was packing up, and the trail is like right behind there. You see that little hill mountain thing behind? It was like right in between me and it. There was a path, and I could hear people like walking by and stuff in the morning when I woke up. In the bad weather, and people were probably like wondering what the hell is this guy doing here in this weather, like camping.
Yep.
I was like, no, I was just trying to fucking save myself.
Trying not to die.
Yeah, this is like partially taken down tent. Just funny. I'll remember this little moment of like finally getting out of there and getting down from this mountain. This is where I started like dropping elevation and actually descending the mountain after this.
Oh yeah, I think this picture shows the downtread. Alright, then I gotta add
probably, yeah.
Discord. This is a downtread direction now.
Yeah,
it's still just the mountains.
So this picture. So if I the problem with where I placed my tent was like the problem with the descent. The reason why I didn't go all the way down the mountain is because the passage I was taking was really dangerous in weather conditions that I was experiencing. Like if it was raining, the path I was taking was like actually turned into like a river. So just over that river, there was this beautiful piece of land where I could set up my tent. And that was like just ahead there in the center of the picture. where I could have like gone and like set up tent on nice flat land away from all the water, but instead I had to set it up on like a sketchy edge next to a river. But yeah, I think this is a picture still roughly from where I was camping, but taking a picture of the place where I was supposed to camp according to my plans, if I had managed to make it through. But I couldn't even see it because I was inside of a rain cloud, so I couldn't see that place that I was supposed to camp at.
That's also terrifying if you have no sense
Oh
of
yeah, like
direction.
you can't see ahead of you, like at all.
Okay. And then, what is this ridge? I think we're looking at a ridge. So then I gotta tab over to Discord, to you, and to OBS. Oh, there's some
This is
sheep.
just
There's
the
some
ridge
sheep.
where I camped. So this is kind of like view outside of my tent, except when I was actually looking outside of my tent, it was just foggy misery and rain.
Oh.
But when the weather cleaned up, of course, after I packed everything up in the rain, after the weather cleared up, that's where I could see there's this nice little ridge, and you can see some sheep.
Just chilling.
Ever present on even on the highest mountain.
That's kind of funny.
They were just chilling out there. And this little river next to me as well turned into it turned into like a proper river at night when it was practically storming. Started heavy raining at one point, so it looks like a little bit of a little ickle river, but it's it was pretty scary at night.
Okay.
And here's where that river drops off to, this beautiful waterfall.
Ooh, another waterfall. So many waterfalls. I get tired of
Very
taking
pretty.
pictures of waterfalls. Says box.
Yeah, tons of water. This was one of the prettier waterfalls, to be perfectly honest.
Okay. And then I think you called this descending scaffold pike on day 3.
Yeah, so this is like continuing the descent. This is still like roughly around the area where I camped, but now we're going down the trail, descending.
Nice.
You can see the views.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous views.
Yeah, this area is where I was actually supposed to camp, but obviously I couldn't see it, and I was too wary of the path ahead being completely flooded and basically turning into a river. So I didn't want to cross it and, die.
Yeah.
And I also needed to warm up, so it's not like I had time to look in the fog for this particular nice, beautiful spot. But it was kind of funny to see it in the morning when I got up and got going. It's like right there.
It was only like 5 minutes away or something. Yeah, it's got a better view.
Yeah, like 5 minutes away from me, and it's like, oh, it's right there. You can see, even after it stopped raining for a long while, this is the stairs, and it's basically a river.
It's
just flooded with water. It's like a mini waterfall, essentially. This is like all water flowing down the staircase. This was one of like the safer places on the trail.
Oof.
And it's literally just a staircase of water. So you can imagine in the moment when it's like heavy raining and windy, after like a full day of rain inside of a cloud, this was a lot more sketchy.
Gotcha.
And understandably, I didn't want to attempt to go there at night. This probably wouldn't have been a good choice.
Okay. Oh yeah. Your stairs become full up.
Yeah, the stairs turn into this another river gorge. People died there as well.
Oi.
Yeah, usually a few people die there a year.
They slip and hit their head in the rocks or something?
Yeah, there's like a massive drop, like right down.
Yep.
I wanna angle myself better. Right down there, there's like a humongous drop. I'm gonna move the camera. Here. Right there, there's a big drop. A big drop down, insta death. So yeah, people do die there. You just slip on a rock, or one of the rocks wobbles a little bit, and off the cliff you go. You're part of the waterfall.
Yikes.
Human fall.
I guess that's why you shouldn't go chasing them then.
Yeah, and also it was kind of cool because I wasn't worried about like anyone sneaking up on me, even if I posted my GPS coordinates in your chat. Because like, oh, you're gonna cross that to get to me? Okay.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
at night especially, no chance. Natural barrier, and then slowly descending into the valley.
I think there was some dumbass that thought it was a good idea to climb this mountain in the snow with no gear in a t-shirt a few year back on the news.
Every year, this happens so often. There's always somebody who's like, "Oh, I can do it easily. Just t-shirt, couple hours, I'll be up and down." And they try to do it in the winter, and it's like, "Oh, this is like a different mountain. You can't even see the trails."
Yeah,
I have
nods.
nods. Nods wouldn't help you. Even with nods, you wouldn't be able to get across that stream during that bad weather. But yeah, this is slowly just chilling, descending, looking at some beautiful views.
Yep, another descending view. There we go.
The valley.
Mm-hmm.
So my second goal for the trip was actually to descend into a secret um, ferry pool or like a secret waterfall in this valley. It's secret because like partially there's no trail to it. It's not marked on any maps, and you can't even see it from the mountain because it's like tucked in into a cranny little nook. But it's down there, and I'm slowly making my way down. It's pretty beautiful views, I have to say. And I realized that I wasn't in the frame, so I don't cover up the beautiful views with Zook.
Awesome. Awesome. And then what's going on in this picture? Let me paste and go. And then I gotta tab and tab again. Oh, okay. I think this shows that, oh yeah, that could get real slippery and real
Oh yeah.
treacherous real quick.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. This is like one of the sides of a mountain. A scramble that's leading up to a certain chimney where I believe like a few people will get rescued a year as well because they get stuck up there. Yeah, but you know, nice view of the mountain.
Okay.
From below.
And is this the Emerald Pool? Hold on. Is this the Emerald Pool?
No.
Okay. This is just another.
This is just looking up at the valley. This is like descending down into the Emerald Pool, but it's still a little high up in the valley. The next picture is probably the Emerald Pool. I'm gonna guess.
Oh yeah, let me copy the link. And then paste and go. So this is a huge milestone. This was a journey for you.
Yeah. This is the third day.
Mm-hmm.
This is it the sprinkler? This is the Styhead Tarn. This is commonly considered the wettest place in all England. That was supposed to be my like emergency campsite. Like if I can't make it to that beautiful lake where I took the nice sunset picture, I would have been camping there. And I might camp there next time I go in the spring.
Gorgeous.
Pretty place.
Okay. Hold on. Alright, copy link. Paste go. Tab over to Discord and then OBS. Oh, we're getting an ad break soon. Let me snooze it.
There you go. And that's next to the Emerald Pool.
Oh, okay. So you plan to camp here? This was, or you just took off your
this
pack
was
to
just like
chill?
more of a pilgrimage place to go to. But yeah, this is the sacred ferry pool that I was pilgrimaging to. I had two goals with this trip, beyond checking my fitness, and that was to climb Scaffold Pike and visit the Emerald Pool. Ad break, fishing.
I snoozed it, so we can do a
okay.
few more pictures, and then we'll take the ad break.
But yeah, there's no trail to this place, and it feels very magical, to say the least. It's a very, very gorgeous place. I didn't take too many pictures there, and I didn't want to take too many videos there. I kind of don't want people to go there, you know?
You don't.
Like,
You
it's
want to get. That's your
a little
secret.
secret.
Don't see any fairy lights.
Did you see any fairy lights? No. I wasn't.
What is
I
that?
wasn't there.
What is that tree?
Gosh, I wish I knew the name in English, but I don't. I forgot it. It's got little red fruits that are poisonous to humans, but birds and animals love them. Somebody might be able to help me.
That's okay.
No people there. Yeah, no people there. On the way down from the mountain, I did see some people, but only there. Up there where the emerald pool is, there's no people. Nobody goes there really. Because nobody knows about this pool. Good.
That box is secret. Gotta keep it secret, chat.
That's again the emerald pool. This is like the upper portion of it. The lower portion of it you can't really descend down into. It's like not accessible without some serious climbing equipment, which is cool as well.
Hopefully
it's like
not.
really like inaccessible place until McDonald's opens up.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah, no McDonald's there, don't worry.
Okay.
Very pretty place.
Alright.
Breathtaking.
Peace and go.
So I stopped there for a little bit, washed my feet, said some prayers, and I ventured back up the mountain chain to Sprinkling Tarn, where I would set my camp. So I went up the valley and then back up into the mountain chain.
Which is this? This is Sprinkling Tarn?
Probably the next lake that comes up. Yes, that's the Sprinkling Tarn. Pretty poggers.
Pretty pristine. Looks pristine.
It does. You can't even tell that there's like two tents in this picture.
Oh, you actually saw another sign of light over there?
Yeah. There's other people on this tarn. There were people camping there as well. I think by the end of the night, there were, including mine, there were 4 tents up there on the lake.
That's gorgeous.
But everyone was very respectful. Nobody was like shining huge flashlights or anything around at night. Nobody was playing music or anything. Everyone was like super chill. Box out here just pulling up Microsoft backgrounds.
That's what it does look like. It does look like one of those Microsoft backgrounds.
It looks very, very serene, very, very beautiful. Oh, the mountain behind me is called Great Gable. If I had more time on day 2, I would have climbed that, but because I was stopped by the rain in the morning, I took a long time descending, so I don't have time to climb that. But I would have climbed both this mountain and the Green Gable, which is the mountain next to it. So unfortunately I didn't get to climb those, but next time, and hopefully I'll be able to spend another night at this tarn also.
Yep. This looks like a Microsoft background. This was you setting up camp.
Yeah, I think it's pretty gorgeous.
There we go.
And there's my tent, and the sun's slowly descending.
Gorgeous place to camp. And a gorgeous place for us to take an ad break.
Yeah. I took a bunch of pictures of the sunset. I watched a lot of episodes of Delicious in Dungeon on Netflix because I managed to download them. I didn't have signal. As soon as I started descending that mountain up to that lake and up to here,
you lost
I didn't have any phone signal, yeah. So this is Angle Tarn on the way back. So this is coming back to where I was halfway through day 2, and this is slowly making my way back through the chain across to the other valley that was below me when I was camping on night 1.
Oh, and I think you provided a picture of said valley. Here's a paste and go. I gotta do the thing. Tap over here. Oh yeah, there's the valley. You can see the
There's
path,
this valley, yeah.
path to safety in humanity.
It's funny because this was my path to safety. Like, if something were to happen to me on most of these mountain chains, this was like the only way down, and it's like a 2-hour descent. So
Oof, oof.
no helicopter rescue. I would have to go all the way down there if something were to happen.
Well, that's right, because you had no signal, because the mountain blocks everything.
Yeah. So this
Oof.
would have been the only way down.
Okay.
Pretty tough. Very rough terrain.
Alright, and I think this is a side profile of the mountain on your descent. 1 second.
You can see how big the clouds are as well.
You're like, I was that high. I was
Oh
that
yeah,
high.
this one. Oh yeah, I don't know why the photo looks like this. It's like
You probably
I didn't
shook a
even
little
see
bit.
this when I was sending it to you. I think. Yeah, it's pretty well. I think this is like somewhere below the mountains where I camped. Oh, maybe not. I'm not exactly 100% sure where this was. Maybe this was the edge of the rose. The rose knot, but yeah, I'm not sure what mountain this is, but this looks like a trippy picture.
I gotcha. And then you started to get into the valley itself, it looks like. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on, Discord, stop doing the thing. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is like way after I descended the valley and I started already like slowly getting back to civilization. I went past like a small hotel and I saw like a pretty river, so I thought I will take a picture of it. So it was like slowly coming back to civilization. You can see there's a fence with wire that's not rusted and not like 100 years old. This was like the coming to the end of my journey. And after that, I went to like a nice restaurant, and I got a big burger. There's a nice rustic restaurant in that valley that's been open for many years.
Yeah, you can
Oh, you can
see
see
the sheep and the stone walls they built to hold said sheep.
Yeah, there are so many stone walls out there. Just many kilometers of stone walls all around, and some of these are ancient. Some of these are stone walls are over 500 years old in certain places.
That's insane, dude. That's insane. Oh yeah, here's another look at the stone walls. Oh, gotta tab and do the thing. So there's
so in the top, up there in the top right, that's that's like an adjacent lower side of the mountain that I slept on. This is not the peak. You can't see. You can't actually see the peak of that mountain from here, but there's like a lower shelf of it that was like way below me when I was camping, and that's what you can see in the top right. So that gives you like some idea of the scale of that mountain that I camped on the first night. Like this is like a much lower shelf, much below where I was camping.
Yep, you got to hang out with some cows.
Yeah, crossing the river.
Nice.
And slowly coming up on that rustic tavern.
Oh, you got to go. Did you have a beer with your
Yeah.
delicious
Got a big
cheeseburger?
old... Did I send you the picture of the food?
I got a picture of the burger.
There you go. Oh, I didn't put a beer in the picture, but I got a nice pint of Guinness. I got a big fat burger, a lot of chips.
Those calories.
Some
Oh, those chips look good. Those chips look really good.
All the calories. It was super good.
Like a hot meal, a hot sit-down meal after roughing it for so long.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
The
Quite the
vibe
journey.
in the tavern was also nice, but I wanted to get some local food in there. They used to sell this delicious lamb stew, but like after COVID, they had some financial trouble, so they had to like cut down a lot of the menus, and the restaurant like got new owners, so they no more local food. It's all like generic bar food. Well, it kind of crushed my soul a little bit when I talked to the bartender about this, but we had like a little conversation about what this whole place has been up to over the past couple of years since I've last been there. Because I've been to this tavern a few times before the pandemic.
Okay.
So this was like a chance to come back and see what changed. But the vibe of the place didn't change much. It's just like all the food they're serving just became like corporate, generic bar food.
I gotcha.
But the portions are still nice.
Huge fatty burger, fish and chips,
Yeah.
everything.
No fish and chips.
No
They
fish
sell fish and
chips?
chips, I think, but
Okay.
I wasn't keen on that at the time. I wanted a big burger. Well, I wanted lamb stew, but they didn't have it. I was pretty, yeah. I wanted lamb stew. I really wanted lamb stew.
Alright. So what mountain's next? What mountain's next for this man?
Next, like I said before, there was this chain opposite of the mountain I slept on night one. So next mountains I'm going to be climbing is going to be Pike of Biscoe, Crinkle Crags, Bowfell, then Esk Pike. Then I'm probably going to stop at the same lake, or that I stopped in taking those sunset photos. Or I'm going to stop at the Styhead Tarn, and I want to visit the Emerald Pool again.
Hmm.
And then I want to actually ascend the Great Gable, that mountain that I didn't have time to ascend. That was in the background. And that would be like a 3-day trip probably. That's what I'm hoping to do next spring.
Nice.
And it should be like a nice straight path through really harsh mountain chains and through really, really rough terrain. So it's going to be like a very challenging trek in terms of just non-stop climbing mountains. No more like nice, well, I say nice, miserable marshes, or like going down into little valleys or whatever. It's going to be like all rock and all fog and all like clouds in my face, and all climbing and scrambles. So it's going to be more challenging in climbing terms, less challenging in terms of the amount of distance I have to cross in a short amount of time. And yeah, I feel like just generally I'm more experienced for that sort of trip, so it should be a little bit lighter. But it's nice, like a physical assessment of my own ability and like my mental ability and being able to deal with difficult situations alone in the wilderness.
That's cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. A little dangerous.
Yeah, probably very dangerous. Don't do this. If anyone out there, if you're like, oh, I want to try mountain climb, don't do what I just did. That thing that will 100% kill you. You will die if you do what I just did, and you're not experienced.
Damn.
I'm doing this because I've been climbing mountains since I was like 13 or something. So
Probably
make
take
it
a
easier.
friend. Take a friend.
Yeah, take a friend. Don't do so. If you're gonna attempt something like this, take somebody experienced. Don't go up there with like a Walmart sleeping bag and like a bag of crisps or whatever, you know. If you are planning a trip like this, make sure you thoroughly plan it and you're prepared for things to
Go
go
with me.
horribly wrong.
Bro, you're gonna have to
Take
carry
a
me up.
friend and together.
Bro, Smugsy, you take me, you're carrying me the whole way.
Together with me. There's many nice and calm trails in Lake District.
Mm-hmm.
Like the path that I began at, where at the Eastdale Tarn, going from Grassmere to Eastdale Tarn is a lovely walk for like all ages. Even if you're like 70, if you can walk up a few flights of stairs, you can make it, and you will have some beautiful views of that lake that we saw at the beginning and those waterfalls at the beginning. So you can hike. You just have to make sure you pick a trail that's like you can manage. Not something you're gonna have to climb or have a difficult time getting to, or somewhere you're gonna have to sleep overnight. But even a ghetto, even somebody who might be a streamer sleeping and living in front of their computer day in and night, if you want to touch some grass, you're willing to go outside and have a little adventure every now and again. Find like a national park you can get to maybe, and find like a nice comfortable trail that's gonna take you a few hours and let you see some grass that you can touch, see some rocks, feel in touch with nature, because you're a part of nature. And again, I strongly advocate for this balance. Many people spend a huge amount of their lives right now
Online.
In front of screens and living in the digital world. Just remember, you're on a big, super old planet full of all kinds of forces that are much more powerful than any dumbass on Twitter. So, just it's good to have like a little bit of a perspective and reflect on the fact that there's some real powerful forces out there, and there's real beauty out there, and a lot of the internet stuff, as meaningful as it is, it's not all there is. There's plenty of life out beyond. There's plenty of beauty. There is plenty of oxygen up in the mountains.
Gotcha.
At a lower altitude.
I will say,
it will do wonders for your mental health to see it.
Yeah, Box goes hard in both directions. He goes hard on mountaineering and a very curious solo adventure, as well as he goes hard into VR. Like, he goes in online chronically to the point to where he's got the headset for 50 hours plus, and his goal is 100, which I'm just like, damn. So he does challenge himself. So
yeah, keep the balance.
Keep the balance. And we are not banned from national parks smokescreen. That's never happened. I've never been banned. I'm good.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, also be respectful in nature. If you're in like a national park, don't make fires. You don't need a big fire to heat up food or stay warm. If you do have to make a fire, you can probably make a very small one and make sure it's out. If you're leaving it, and make sure it's like smother it with water before you leave. Take all of your trash with you. Leave no trace. You shouldn't be out there cutting stuff down just for funsies. Don't start chopping down wildlife or hunting down sheep. Don't bother sheep. Sheep worrying is a serious crime in UK. Can get you in big trouble. You don't worry sheep.
Sheep worrying? Like go tearing? Like if you go terrorize sheep? Is that what happens in the UK?
Yes.
People terrorize sheep?
Like upsetting sheep, like chasing sheep, or if you have like a dog on a leash and starts barking, it's a crime. It's a serious crime in UK. Sheep worrying is a serious crime.
Wait, like you get a fine, or you spend a couple days in jail?
You go to prison forever. The king locks you up in a dungeon. Don't do it.
Thanks.
There's a special dungeon for sheep warriors. Okay, you get put in a Do you know what an obliquette is?
Mm-mm.
It's a hole in the ground, okay? And they forget about you. They put you in a hole, and the king just forgets you're there.
Wait, there's a fire that's going over 100,000 feet, Beppo, in California? That's insane.
Yeah, careful about fires. You probably don't need to make fires in the wild. You can probably do just fine with a stove. It might be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It might seem like, oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna make a little fire to be cozy and hang around. Bring a fire pit. If you're gonna do something like this, bring a thing to make a fire in. Don't just like make fires out in the wild.
Meanwhile, the U.S. national parks, they give you the firewood, or they sell you the firewood. They've gone full capitalism.
Well, yeah, some places where there's like dedicated places to make fires, right? If they have like designated zones in the national park where you can make fires, that's probably fine. But if you're just like out in the middle of nowhere, probably no reason to make a fire. Just bring a stove.
Place fire pit in a tree? No. No, you're good.
Pit around the tree.
Yes.
Don't worry, sheep. Be just generally nice to wildlife and don't make the nature not nice looking for other people. Don't leave trash around. Maybe if you're a very kind soul, pick up some trash on the way back.
If you see it. Yep.
Yeah. Luckily on the whole trail there, I didn't really see any trash, which was nice.
That's great. That's incredible. I can't say that the same for U.S. national parks. They're so bad. All right. Any other closing questions for this Mountaineer streamer, VR chatter, VR enjoyer? Any last questions? I'll think of a silly one while they type stuff. If you could travel anywhere in the world, go explore, where would you travel to? Cost is no thing.
In space, right? Not in time. If cost was no object, I would time travel. As far as places go, I wanna.
No Velcro gloves.
Kind of want to say Japan.
Japan.
Or US. US sounds super interesting. I would love to visit like the national parks in US. I'd like to visit US hopefully within the next couple of years. I'm trying to save up money slowly for that. But I don't know if I'll be able to visit any national parks.
Yeah, the US is so big that even if you wanted to, like, you could make a trip just visiting a single national park, or do a trip to visit a single city. Like, trying to like knock out multiple, it takes. Go to New York box. It's like going to the New York's an experience for sure.
I would want to visit New York. I want to visit Washington. I want to see Texas. These are definitely a few places in the US that I want to see. It would be lovely to hike in Japan, like in the summer. I think that would be pretty cool as well. I always wanted to hike in Morocco as well. I've been to Morocco before, but I didn't get an opportunity to hike up there or go mountaineering in Morocco. But the mountains in Morocco are gorgeous as well.
Time to go to work, Smokescreen. Mom just went live. Both Extra Pip and Nepe want to know when's your next stream. They're pulling out their torches.
Next stream for me? I don't know. I want to say I was considering streaming before this stream. Maybe I can try to stream some Fallout tomorrow. I need to get back into the groove of actually streaming. I could stream tomorrow after I wake up. If I wake up early enough, I should be able to stream at like 3 or 4 p.m. EU time.
Mm-hmm.
And stream some Fallout.
Pip,
Could
that's
maybe even
impossible. Pip wants you to knock out New York, DC, Florida, Texas, and California in a weekend.
in a weekend. Yeah,
That's not happening. That is not happening.
I think I would have to pick a coast. And if I wanted to,
Yeah, if you want to hang out with Pip, you go East Coast because he could probably meet you in DC or NY.
I'd wanna go to East Coast, spend some time with Pip, see New York, and then maybe catch like a plane to Texas. But I feel like this kind of trip would take a little bit of planning, so that I'm not just like, oh, I'm in Texas, what to do now?
Like Texas is its own country, dude. Like you can't just say Texas. Like there's a lot to Texas.
Texas is big. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Texas.
Yeah, even like you say Texas, which city you going to? You going to Dallas? You going to Houston? You going to Austin? Like they're all very different.
Yeah.
Does it even happen that we could do Texas is huge? Yeah. Like,
yeah, Texas is enormous. Probably, I would probably want to spend most of the time in Austin.
Awesome. You're gonna go see OTK. You gonna go to Iron Forge Gym.
Yeah, true. I can go to the gym in Austin. Yeah. There's a lot of cool gyms in Austin.
Mm-hmm. I love Box's beard.
I love Box's beard.
Yeah.
Pretty unkempt.
Yeah, you can stream from Iron Forge Gym.
About the same length now.
Go simp for OTK.
True. A lot of streamers in Austin.
That's mind-boggling to me. Like,
Box, do you use treatment for that beard? Is it like an illness?
Nah, there's beard oil. There's like a finishing oil. Yeah. There's like
for treating your beard, I would highly recommend you either use beard oil or use coconut oil, especially like extra virgin coconut oil. Just use coconut oil. Unironically, it's like coconut oil is really good for beards. It has some antimicrobial and antiviral properties. It's gonna make your beard smell nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty like easy to wash off. Yeah, coconut oil for your beard.
Extra
really
virgin
good idea.
Coconut oil. You can also use it for a lot of other purposes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for cooking. Good for all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, my beard is a little bit more bushy right now, but it's about the same like length.
Mm. Do you have any,
big beard?
Do you have any Do you have any trips planned to Poland?
No, unfortunately, no. I've been really struggling to like plan out like another trip to Poland. It's been a couple of years since I've been to Poland, but I honestly don't know what I would do there other than visiting family.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the family that I would visit in Poland has already like visited me here in England not too long ago.
Oh, nice. That's convenient.
Yeah, and a lot of my family lives in England as well.
Oh, so, Pip also uses coconut oil for his hair, and Chava uses it for massages. Nice.
Yeah, you can use it for all kinds of stuff.
Yep. So, awesome. All right. Any other questions for this streamer?
Anything at all? Any drama?
Drama.
Bring it up now.
Bring it up now. Gato uses it for sex. If you need some type of external lubricant, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. But that's just this cat.
Gato the sex expert.
No. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Cool. Well, you're welcome to hang out. I mean, I was just gonna do my
Um,
news segment
thank you.
if you want to do a news
Thank you
segment,
so
but
much for the interview, Gato. Thank you for bringing me on here and scheduling everything and being patient with me. Even though I almost had to take a rain check because of my work,
well,
but I
that's fine,
managed
dude.
to talk to my supervisor and figure stuff out. It was good.
That's
And
like,
yeah, nothing went horribly wrong. My tracking kept up throughout all of this without any
yeah,
issues. All my trackers are still fully charged.
yeah, and you swapped batteries once or twice, I think.
Once for the headset, just for the headset, just
Mm.
once. But yeah, super chill. Thank you again for having me on, and thank you for being a big pillar of the community and supporting so many content creators in all corners of Twitch and just inspiring so many people and raising the tide.
I'm not an inspiring influencer. That's Miko. That is Miko. That is Hana. I just have a cool place for people to hang out when those actual big influencers and inspirations aren't streaming. I feel like a waiting room. Thanks for talking, Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for anyone watching and listening.
Yep.
For listening me yapping about stuff. Take care, you all. I'm gonna hop off and leave you to it, Gat. Thank you again
All right. Well,
so
you're
much.
welcome to hang out.
Bye.
We'll see you guys later. Bye. There we go.